Welcome to the National Honor Society induction ceremony. My name is Andrew Kowaleski, and I am the current president of the Blue Ridge chapter of the NHS. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Audience, please be seated. At this time, Mrs. Webster will give her opening remarks.
Good evening, everyone, students, parents, teachers, and honored guests. It is truly an honor to stand before you tonight as we welcome new members into the National Honor Society. This evening is a celebration of hard work, dedication, and the values that define the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. To our inductees, congratulations. Your commitment to academic excellence, leadership within your school and community, and dedication to service have led you to this moment. Being part of the National Honor Society is not just about recognition, it's about responsibility. It's about using your talents and influence to make a meaningful impact, whether that be through mentoring others, leading initiatives, or serving those in need. Tonight, we celebrate not only what you have accomplished, but also the promise of what you will achieve. Your journey does not end here, rather, this is a stepping stone to greater opportunities to lead and serve. As you wear the National Honor Society emblem, remember that it represents the high standards you have upheld and the greater expectations you will now embrace. To our families and teachers, thank you for your unwavering support. Your encouragement and guidance have helped shape these students into the outstanding individuals they are today. Once again, congratulations to our new inductees. We look forward to seeing all the ways you will continue to lead, inspire, and serve. Welcome to the National Honor Society. At this time, Ms. Jessica Wright, School Board President, would like to say a few words.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for inviting me to this amazing event. I am so honored to be here as a school board member for our district. Often in our meetings, I hear your names and accolades and joyous announcements of accomplishments. It is so nice to see you, and I am so impressed with all of you here. Being able to represent yourself and your school by being a member of the Honor Society is a step above. I want to take a moment to reflect on all your hard work that it has taken for you to be here, not only for you to have the minimum or to maintain a high standard of excellence for your grades, but also in character, service, leadership, and citizenship. Parents, guardians, and friends, I also want to take a moment and thank you for helping to instill the importance of these characteristics to all of the leaders here being inducted and maintaining their membership to this prestigious society. Even though today is April Fool's Day, these students are no joke. Did you know in 1564, King Charles IX of France decided to change from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, thereby changing New Year's Day to January 1st instead of a date around the spring equinox? Did you know that this change was tricky for others to remember and that many continue to say Happy New Year around this time of year, thus forming April Fool's Day? Why would I tell you this? Because you are the leaders. You are the ones creating opportunities for change, but instead of making silly games, you are the ones helping to create new groups, clubs, organizations to make our world just a little bit better than what we have right now. These students are the future that are willing to change, and we are so excited to see what you do and what you do to create these changes. Thank you for everything that you have done, and we can't wait to see what you will do in the future. You're not only leaders here at Blue Ridge, a school that I love, but in our community and beyond. And we are so excited and proud of you. Thank you. Mr. Covens.
Before we recognize the current members of the National Honor Society, I would like to mention a few things about the Blue Ridge chapter. Our chapter was formed in 1960. Since then, it has grown and is now made up of some of the best students and citizens in our school. This year, the NHS has 43 members. 43 students were eligible to apply this year, and we are happy to welcome 16 new members, including a transfer member, Gwendolyn Steck from Susquehanna Community School District's charter. Year to year, we see that the Blue Ridge National Honor Society continues to thrive. There are four main focuses of the National Honor Society: to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character in the students of secondary schools. We will look at these qualities later in the ceremony. First, we will recognize the current members of our chapter of the National Honor Society. These names are listed in your program. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all names are called. Please hold your applause until all current members have been recognized. Thank you. Our current members are seniors: Jaden Briley. Jaden plans to attend Temple University to pursue a degree in hospitality management. Kaylin Brandt. Kaylin will be attending SUNY Cobleskill for dairy production management. Emma Button. Emma will be attending East Stroudsburg University to pursue a degree in exercise science and will be competing on their track and field team. Garrick Dibble. Although Garrick is undecided on location at this time, he plans on attending college for a degree in exercise science. Marissa Fisk. Marissa will be attending Marywood University to obtain a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Emily Hansen. Emily will be attending East Stroudsburg University on a path to get her doctorate and become a doctor of dermatology. Brooke Kelly. Brooke is currently undecided on school, however her goal is to become a licensed practical nurse. Erin Klock. Although Erin is undecided on location, she would like to become a neonatal surgeon. Myself, Andrew Kovaleski. I will be attending Penn State University Park to study animal science. Maxton Kucinich. Max will be attending Colorado University, Boulder, to study exploratory studies in the College of Arts and Sciences. Malia Lee. Although Malia is unsure of the school she will attend, she will be studying pharmacy. Emily McCarthy. Emily will be obtaining her Bachelor of Science in Nursing, however she is undecided at this time about where that will be. Emma Pachaki. Emma plans to attend Drexel University for a bachelor's degree in interior design. Isabella Shea. Bella plans to attend either Misericordia University or the University of Pittsburgh for exercise science with a focus of athletic training. Jana Weed. Although undecided on the location, Jana plans to attend college to study studio arts. Juniors: Natalie Bailey, Kylie Barber, Landon Bishop, Matthew Carey, Tyler Carpenter, Octavia Carpenter, Bryce Conklin, Taylor Dibble, Troy Erie, Olivia Folk, Vanessa France, Madison Gaylord, Parker Glasgow, Emily Gorham, Sarah Gorham, William Hobart, Nicholas Marvin, Rhea Marvin, Scarlett Osterhout, Riley Phillips, Michael Rosa, Lauren Ross, Caitlin Scott, Layla Sennett, Gwendolyn Steck, Delaney Tench, and Addison Welch. The current senior officers are President, myself, Andrew Kovaleski; Vice President, Isabella Shea; Secretary, Garrick Dibble; Treasurer, Brooke Kelly. The membership of the National Honor Society chapter at Blue Ridge has been earned by the demonstration of the four qualities held in high regard by the society. Myself and my fellow officers will now review these qualities for the candidates and light a symbolic candle of each virtue. Garrick Dibble, our current secretary, will look at the quality of character.
The next pillar is character. But what does that really mean? Character is a set of values and qualities that make each of us who we are. J.C. Weller once said, "Character is doing the right thing when no one's looking." In other words, it's not about getting credit or praise, it's about making the right choices because it's the kind of person you want to be. It's about being true to yourself even when no one else is watching. The choices we make, big or small, shape our character over time, and those choices define who we become. Character is something those of us all on this stage all share. It's what brings us together and sets us apart as leaders in our school and community. But what does it actually look like? It's being honest, fair, and responsible. It's standing up for what's right, even when it's not easy. It's treating others with kindness and respect, no matter who we are. It's admitting when we're wrong and learning from our mistakes. The thing about character is that it's not something you're just born with, it's something you build, little by little through the choices you make every day. We all face challenges, and sometimes things don't go our way. But the way we respond to those tough moments says a lot about who we are. Helen Keller once said, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." In other words, character isn't formed when everything is going smoothly. It's built when we push through our struggles, learn from our mistakes, and come out stronger. It's easy to do the right thing when life is simple, but real character shows when things get tough. It's about holding ourselves accountable, making the tough but right decisions, and standing by our values even when no one else is. At the end of the day, our character is what truly defines us. It's not about how others see us, but about the kind of people we choose to be. As National Honor Society members, we strive to be kind, dependable, and to lead by example. It's not about being perfect, but more about always trying to do the right thing. And that's what makes strong character so important, not just for NHS, but for life. Because in the end, it's not what we say that matters most, it's what we do. Character isn't just a title we hold, it's the legacy we leave behind. Now our current treasurer, Brooke Kelly, will speak on the virtue of service.
The pillar of service is an act of selflessness and generosity. By giving up our own time to help others in our community, we are modeling the importance of helping others in society. Giving back makes a difference. It impacts the lives of individuals and our community as a whole, but it deeply changes us on a personal level. Engaging in these acts allow us to step out of our comfort zones, try new things, and build connections with people in our community. One of the most meaningful things to National Honor Society is Raider Buddies. This program gives us the opportunity to spend time with elementary students and make a positive impact on their lives. So far this year, we have had a pizza party, gone to recess, attended class parties, and are even going on a field trip to the zoo next month. Sometimes we even take time out of our day to visit their classrooms and help them with their schoolwork. Whether we spend time with them in groups or one-on-one, we create memories that make them feel special. In the NHS, we are required to complete at least 4 hours of individual community service. In addition, we come together as a group to complete a larger service project. This year, we decided to take time to assemble baskets for the elderly. We collected items, wrote cards, and made gift bags, and hand-delivered them to 88 residents of the local community. Last year, we worked on beautifying our school and making better use of our resources. In my first year in NHS, we focused on improving parks in New Milford and making them more welcoming for the community. These experiences have highlighted the importance of dedicating our time to meaningful causes and will act as a catalyst for those on this stage to continue their volunteerism in life. Being a part of the NHS encourages students to stay involved and give back to those around them. By always seeking opportunities to lend a helping hand, we not only make a difference in the lives of others, but also enrich our own. Now our current president, Andrew Kowaleski, will speak on leadership.
Leadership is defined as the ability to guide, influence, or lead people, teams, or organizations. Each member of this chapter who is seated before you today is an outstanding example of this pillar in their own unique way. However, leadership is not just about holding a title or leading a team. It is simply the ability to step out of your comfort zone to foster change and encourage others around you to do the same. The best leaders, like the ones on stage before you tonight, all influence those around them by leading by example, inspiring a vision in their peers, and empowering others. Leadership is not simply about commanding others around you with what to do, it is setting an example for those to follow. As a leader, it is crucial that you set a high standard for yourself. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, others take notice. They will recognize the expectations you are setting and replicate your actions to uphold that standard. Each and every one of our members embodies the trait of leadership, whether that is through being a captain on a sports team, an officer of a club, or a role model in their workplace. The greatest leaders also create a vision that unites and motivates those around them. By defining a clear goal and inspiring others to work toward it, they bring people together to achieve success that would not be possible if they were not to work in unison. Similarly, the greatest leaders are also the people who empower those around them. Looking at all the current and newly inducted members of this chapter, I feel that each and every one of them are outstanding at building up those around them. Leadership is not necessarily about always having the answers for everything. It is about creating an environment for those around you to feel empowered and be able to find those answers themselves. In doing so, you are able to give your peers the greatest chance to see success. On this night, we celebrate all the leaders on stage before you, those who lead with integrity, inspire with vision, and uplift with encouragement. Congratulations to all of you. Your leadership makes a difference, and there is no doubt in my mind that you will continue to guide and inspire those around you. Now, our current Vice President, Bella Shea, will speak on scholarship.
Scholarship is not just one of the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society. It is the foundation on which everything else is built. It holds a significant meaning for each of us and our organization as a whole. From an outside perspective, scholarship may be seen as academic success, yet it is much more than that. Scholarship is the pursuit of knowledge, a commitment to growth, and a willingness to use that knowledge for the success of others. There are many ways to judge academic successes of students, such as GPA, report cards, or grades. But the NHS goes beyond that. It is about fostering a love for learning and commitment to academic excellence. This passion for knowledge is what distinguishes this club from the rest. With my time in this club, I have seen firsthand how knowledge goes beyond textbooks and exams. By engaging conversation, challenging ideas, and critical thinking, we not only achieve success, but inspire others to do the same. Scholarship is not only its own pillar, but it contains the characteristics of the other pillars as well. By excelling in scholarship, members encompass the qualities of leadership, service, and character. The way we use our academic understanding demonstrates the interconnection of all 4 pillars. Scholarship can be used to enhance our character through community engagement. It can help us foster a collaborative learning environment in leadership positions. Lastly, it will build character based on the discipline and integrity that scholarship requires. Overall, the commitment we hold to the 4 pillars is not only a checklist, but a way of life. They guide us in every decision we make. The pillar of scholarship is the cornerstone of the National Honor Society. It plays an essential role in shaping us into individuals who will go on to lead, serve, and inspire others. In a world full of information, each scholar sitting before you will live in the pursuit of knowledge for the greater good. At this time, will all the new candidates please rise and repeat the pledge? After reciting the pledge, our new members will be recognized individually. Please hold all of your applause until all members have received their pins and returned to their seats. I pledge to maintain high school scholastic standing. To hold as fundamental and worthy. An untarnished character. To endeavor intelligently and courageously. to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. Please remain standing. Lindy Barber. Haley Carpinetti. Abigail Gellinger. Carmen Gumar. Carmen plans to join the workforce specifically with a focus in an area of agriculture. Emily Clock. Trista Loudy. Kayla Ann Loby. Yasik Motika. Paige Orner. Peyton Parrington. Ava Slocum. Madison Soden. Liam Templeton. Emerson Winter. McKenna Zick. Now, our President, Andrew Kovaleski, will begin the installation of new officers.
I will now administer the oath to the incoming President, Caitlin Scott. Your duties are as follows. The President presides at chapter meetings and prepares the meeting agenda. The President also keeps informed of committee progress and the needs of the chapter. Do you accept these responsibilities?
I accept and pledge myself to uphold the responsibilities of my office to the best of my ability.
Now, the current Vice President, Isabella Shea, and the incoming Vice President, Riley Phillips.
The Vice President presides in the absence of the President and may have responsibility for a project or committee. Do you accept these responsibilities as your own?
I accept and pledge myself to uphold the duties of my office to the best of my abilities.
Now, the current Secretary, Garrick Dibble, and the incoming Secretary, Sarah Gorham.
Secretary records the attendance and proceedings of each month and acts as the chapter's correspondent. Do you accept these responsibilities as your own?
I accept and pledge myself to uphold the responsibilities of my office to the best of my ability.
Now the current treasurer, Brooke Kelly, and incoming treasurer, Kylie Barber.
The treasurer receives and spends funds as directed by the chapter and keeps a budgetary record of the chapter. Do you accept these responsibilities?
I accept and pledge myself to uphold the duties of my office to the best of my ability.
Now we will have a few words from Ms. McCain, National Honor Society Co-Advisor.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the youth seated before you. As your co-advisor, I think I can speak for Mrs. Bailey when I say I'm both humbled and inspired every time I look out at this group of exceptional young people. And know that inspiration isn't just because of the large amounts of coffee that I've had to drink to keep up with all of you. When most people hear National Honor Society, they often think of grades. They picture students with their noses buried in textbooks, running on highlighter fumes and late night study sessions. But in this room, no, it's much more than that. And I certainly don't believe that being scholarly is just about cramming, or that that's how you actually study. Our NHS chapter is built on 4 pillars that together create something truly remarkable. Picture, if you will, an ancient temple standing strong against time and challenges. Just as a temple needs all 4 of its pillars to stand, so does our society need these pillars to work together to produce a solid structure. Think of scholarship as your foundation pillar. Yes, you've maintained excellent academic records, but true scholarship isn't just about memorizing facts or acing tests. It's not about knowing how many cups of coffee or energy drinks it takes to memorize the formulas of a math test. It's about developing and seeking curiosity about the world around you. It's about asking why and how and never being satisfied with simple answers, but pushing forward to seek and soak up all that we can. But without our second pillar, character, we are like a ship without a compass, or like trying to navigate the cafeteria on a bad school lunch food day. Your character, your integrity, your respect for others, your moral courage, this is what gives you direction to your achievements. I've watched you make tough decisions, stand up for what's right, and show compassion when it would have been easier to look the other way. The third pillar, leadership, isn't about having the loudest voice in the room, though I must say some of you have perfected the art of commanding attention without saying a word. Yes, I'm looking at you, Brooke Kelly. Just as Mrs. Bailey and I have perfected the look, I've seen your leadership in action. It's the quiet strength that I see in some of your actions that makes you impactful in your school and your community. And lastly, there is service, our 4th pillar, perhaps the most visible manifestation of the other 3 combined. Through your service projects, you have shown that success isn't measured by what you gain, but by what you give. You've mentored youth in our Raider Buddies program, organized and collected to deliver blessing bags to homes in our community, volunteered your time in concession stands so that parents can watch their own children perform, and the list goes on. Together, these 4 pillars create something greater than themselves. Like the great temples of ancient civilization, they support a structure that stands for something timeless and meaningful. When all 4 pillars are strong, they create a framework under which communities can grow and positive change can take root. Remove one of the pillars, and the structure weakens. Looking at all of you today, I'm not just seeing students who have met some academic criteria. I'm seeing the architects of tomorrow, each of you building your own temple of excellence. And yes, some of you are probably actually calculating the structural integrity requirements in your heads. Our engineer-bound friends never rest, do they? Remember this. Membership in NHS isn't destination, it's a journey. These 4 pillars aren't just architectural elements in some symbolic structure. They're supporting blueprint of the person you are becoming. And unlike those group projects where one person ends up doing all of the work, we've all been there, each pillar needs equal and attention and care. As your co-advisor, I get to witness something remarkable. I see how these pillars work together in each of you. I see how your academic excellence reinforces your ability to lead effective service projects. I see how your strong character shapes your approach to leadership. And I see how some of you manage to do all of this while maintaining your social media presence. Truly impressive time management skills. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Thank you for showing me day after day what these 4 pillars look like in action. And thank you for being the kind of students who make being an NHS advisor not just a responsibility, but a genuine privilege. Even if you do drive me crazy because most of you can't keep an appointment calendar with dates or our events intact. Just as the greatest temples of history have inspired generations, my hope for you is to embrace and allow the 4 pillars to propel you in building your own legacy. All of your paths are important and honorable. Be sure to take that honor with you into the world. Thank you and congratulations. At this time, I would like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Button, to provide our closing remarks.
Good evening. Mrs. Bailey, Mrs. McCain, and National Honor Society officers, thank you for inviting me to participate in this evening's program. Before we conclude our program for this evening, there are a few points that I want to emphasize. First, I want to congratulate each of you and your parents on your achievements recognized here tonight. This program is a wonderful way for the Blue Ridge community to celebrate the hard work and sacrifices each of you have made. I believe that what should make you and your parents most proud is not the honor and recognition you receive tonight, but what you had to do to receive it. Your presence here tonight shows how you have worked to earn greater achievement levels than many of your fellow students. Your hard work has paid off. I would also like to thank our maintenance and clerical staffs for their work behind the scenes to make sure we've had a very successful program this evening. Also thanks to Mrs. Webster, members of our school board, parents, family members, friends, the 43 members of the National Honor Society, and all of our 15 new inductees for the opportunity to be a part of tonight's program. In addition, a special thanks to Mrs. Bailey and Mrs. McCain, our National Honor Society co-advisors, the National Honor Society Faculty Committee, and the National Honor Society student officers for their work and efforts for planning the events for this evening. At this time, I'd like to ask the National Honor Society President, Andrew Kowaleski, to come to the podium one more time.
With that, our ceremony concludes. We would like to thank everyone for their support towards the Blue Ridge National Honor Society chapter. Congratulations to the new inductees. The school and community are proud of all of you accomplished so far in your school career. We plan to make the remainder of this year and next school year full of projects to help serve our school and community, all while maintaining leadership positions, good character, and high scholastic standing. Members, please remain on stage for a few minutes for group pictures. Family and friends, please enjoy some refreshments in our lobby area. Have a wonderful night and a safe drive home.